The world doesn't always break us with storms. Sometimes it shatters us in silence, with the sound of betrayal cutting deeper than thunder ever could. For Sarah, the woman who had given her heart, her loyalty, and her unborn child to the man she trusted most, betrayal came dressed in a tuxedo, surrounded by flowers, and sealed with the price of $600,000. She stood there, 8 months pregnant, her hands trembling against the swell of her belly, staring at the sight that turned her veins into ice. Her husband, Michael, standing at the altar, not with her, but with another woman. Her body was weak from the weight she carried, but her spirit, wounded and raw, was stronger than ever in that moment. She had come not to beg, not to plead, but to confront the man who had chosen greed and lust over love and loyalty. Before I take you deeper into Sarah's heartbreaking journey, I want to pause and ask you something. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the strength of women who rise even when the world tries to bury them, then please don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel, Royal Stories. Your support means the world. It's how these stories of resilience continue to reach more hearts. Sarah's life before this moment had been far from extraordinary. She grew up in a modest home, with hard-working parents who taught her that love and family were life's greatest treasures. When she met Michael, he seemed like everything she had ever dreamed of. He was ambitious, charming, and attentive. He showered her with promises of forever, of stability, of standing by her side through every storm. Their wedding, 3 years ago, had been simple but filled with love, and she truly believed she had married her soulmate. When she discovered she was pregnant, she thought it was the universe blessing their union, sealing their love with new life. She had no idea that behind the tender smiles and sweet words, Michael's heart was being pulled elsewhere, toward money, status, and a woman who dangled both in front of him like poisoned fruit. The cracks had begun to show slowly. Michael stayed late at work, his phone constantly buzzing with messages he hid from Sarah. He grew distant, impatient with her morning sickness and late-night cravings. When she asked him if something was wrong, he would dismiss her with sharp words or cold silence. But the truth revealed itself in the cruelest of ways. One rainy afternoon, Sarah accidentally discovered an email hidden in his laptop. It was an invitation. A wedding invitation. Michael's name was printed boldly at the top, paired with another woman's, Vanessa. The date was set for just 2 weeks later, and the venue was a luxurious hotel, a place Sarah had only seen in magazines. She stared at the screen in disbelief, her chest tight as tears blurred her vision. At first, she thought it had to be a mistake. Maybe a business event, maybe some cruel prank. But as the pieces began to connect, the unexplained absences, the sudden withdrawals from their joint savings, the secretive phone calls, her denial crumbled. He wasn't just leaving her. He was replacing her, and he had taken $600,000 of their savings to buy his new future with Vanessa. That money wasn't just paper. It was the house they had dreamed of, the nursery they had painted, the security for their child's tomorrow. Sarah could have collapsed under the weight of it all, but instead, she found a strange fire burning inside her. Her mother's voice echoed in her memory. When life tries to bury you, don't forget, you are a seed. You will rise. With swollen ankles and a heart breaking with every beat, Sarah made a decision. She would not be silent. She would not let Michael throw her away, as if she had been nothing but a placeholder. She would confront him, not just for herself, but for the little heartbeat inside her. The day of the wedding was bathed in golden sunlight, mocking the darkness she carried in her soul. Sarah dressed herself with trembling hands, choosing a simple maternity dress, one that hugged her round belly like a shield. She arrived at the venue in a cab, her breath unsteady, her palms damp. The hotel sparkled with wealth and extravagance, the kind Michael had always craved but could never earn honestly. Guests laughed, champagne flowed, and violins played softly as Sarah pushed through the doors, her heart pounding like a war drum. The moment she stepped inside, the room froze. Conversations halted, and every pair of eyes turned to her swollen form. Her hair was slightly damp from the heat outside, her face pale but fierce, and her hands clutched her belly as though anchoring herself. Vanessa, adorned in a glittering gown, gasped audibly, her painted lips parting in shock. And then there was Michael. His smile, seconds away from sealing vows with another woman, collapsed into a mask of horror. Sarah walked down that aisle, not with flowers, not with hope, but with the truth. Every step echoed with betrayal. Every heartbeat screamed for justice. Standing before him, she didn't cry. She didn't beg. She simply raised her voice, steady and strong, and revealed to the world the man he truly was. She told them of the years of sacrifice, the nights she went hungry so he could eat, the loyalty she gave without question. She told them about the child who would soon enter the world, already abandoned by the man who created it. And then, she exposed the $600,000 he had stolen to fund this wedding of lies. Gasps filled the room, whispers spread like wildfire, and Michael's carefully constructed facade crumbled to dust. The wedding fell apart in chaos. Vanessa, her face twisted with fury, threw the ring at Michael and stormed out. Guests, disgusted and embarrassed, left one by one. And Michael, once so proud, so confident, stood alone, his tuxedo nothing more than a costume for a man stripped bare of dignity. Sarah didn't stay to watch him beg or break. She turned and walked away, her body heavy but her spirit lightened by the weight she had finally dropped. Outside, the air felt cooler, freer. She knew her journey wouldn't be easy. Raising a child alone, starting over with broken pieces, facing the world with scars, none of it would be simple. But she also knew she had something stronger than betrayal inside her. She had resilience. She had love, the kind Michael could never steal. And she had a future that, though uncertain, was hers to build. Months later, as she held her newborn daughter in her arms, Sarah smiled through tears. The world had tried to break her, but she had survived. Her daughter's tiny fingers curled around hers, reminding her that sometimes life destroys us just so we can be rebuilt stronger, wiser, and more unshakable than ever before. And to you, dear listener, if this story touched your heart, if it made you feel even a spark of hope, strength, or empathy, I humbly ask you to please like this video, share it with others who might need courage, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to Royal Stories. Your love and support keep these stories alive and spreading light into the darkness. Before I end, I have one special request. Please comment below. Strength cannot be stolen. Let's fill the comments with hope for anyone who feels broken today.